Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We are on Chapter 3, Lesson 6, Hands-on Division Models with Greater Numbers. This is another way to do division by using models. Let's figure this out the original way that you all learned in 4th grade. Let me get over here to my markup so I can get my pen working. We have 336 divided by 3. 3 will go into 3 once. 1 times 3 is 3. Beautiful, and it works out that way. Bring it down. 3 goes into that 3 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. Bring the 6 down. 3 will go into 6 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. There you go. So we should get the answer of 112. Now they want us to use these models. Number 2, divide the hundreds into 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. How many hundreds are in each group? 1. Now it wants us to divide the tens into groups. Okay, that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3. There's going to be 1 10 bar in each group. Now it wants us to take these little baby marshmallows and divide them into 3 groups. There's going to be 2. Ta-da! Now right here on number 4, they want us to take this number, and this number and add them. There's going to be 100, 110, and 1 2. So that's going to make 112 tickets. And if we take 112 times 3, that'll be equal 336. All right, that's how we use models. Join me on the next page, please. This one's a little bit different, but don't worry, we'll get it figured out. Number 1, use the base 10 blocks, and they show 319. Now we got to divide the hundreds into 2 groups. Okay, well there's 1 group, 2 groups. How many hundreds are left over? Ooh, that guy's left over. So now they want us to regroup the remaining 100. So if we take this 100 bar and split them apart into, we regroup them, it'll make 10 tens. So it would look like, let me erase my little star there, like this. 1, come on, get a little marker here. It would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's what that 100 bar is going to look like. So now this plus this equal a total of 11 10 bars. Now we're going to divide these 11 10 bars into 2 groups. So we're going to draw 5 10s into each group, and there's going to be 1 10 bar left over. So we're going to draw 5 10s. 1. And that poor little 10 bar is all by itself. It's the leftover. We're going to regroup the remaining 10s into 1s. We're going to turn it into 10 1s. So this little 10 bar, we're going to do it into 10 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So now we have a total of 19 1s. Right through here, we have 10 plus 9 equals 19 1s. So we now have a total of 19 1s. We're going to divide that into 2 groups. We can draw at least 9 into each group. So there's 9 there. There's 9 there. Oh, one poor little guy is all left alone. One's left all alone. So now we have our information that we know that each group has this many hundreds, this many tens, and this many nines, and this many ones, excuse me. So then our answer would be 1, 5, 9, and we know that there is 1 left over. So each group, so we're going to have 159, remainder 1. Then we'll use multiplication to check our answer, where we do 159 times 2 equals 318. 319 plus 1 equals to 319. Now that seems really complicated to do all of that when it could just be easier to do this. 2 will go into 3 once. 1 times 2. 2 will go into 11. at least 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down the 9. 2 will go into 19. 9 times 2 is 18 with remainder 1. I definitely did this way faster, but this book wants you to understand how to do this method as well. Okay? Now, I want you to stop what you're doing and go straight to your homework, and we're going to work on that. We're just going to touch this chapter lightly just so that you have some knowledge on how to use base 10 blocks. Okay? So, I'm going to skip with you. We're going to skip right over to page 193. You ready? Let's begin. Now it's going to ask you to draw some base 10 blocks. A couple of things we're going to do. We're going to draw a square for a 100 block, a line for a 10 bar, and a marshmallow for a 1. You guys with me on that? Here on this page it talks about all of these different groups. They have this equation right here and how they've broken it up. Let's work on this equation right here. Do this on the side of your math. 4 will go into 4 once. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring down the 7. I want to see your arrows, please. 4 will go into 7 once. 1 times 4 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 6. And 4 will go into 6 9 times. Make sure that's a pretty 9. 9 times 4 is 36, and we've all worked it out. So, 119. Do you see that answer somewhere? Yep, 119. There we go. Each group has 100 bar, 110 bar, and 9 ones. And this is what they've grown. And I also like to write this right here. This is a 100 bar. And then we know our 10 bar, and then our ones. So, to me, this way is faster, but there are some people out there that they learn really well when they can see it in blocks. If we were having a non-COVID-19 year, we would actually get the blocks out and play with these. But this is what we're going to do for this homework. So, easy peasy, let's turn the page. Alrighty, so number 1, they given us all this space to draw blocks. I'm going to help you out, okay? So they want us to use models to find the quotient. Quotient is another word for answer. In fact, go ahead and write answer right there. That's a good vocabulary word that will help you on the test that we're going to have next week. And we're going to draw equal groups. So over here, I'm going to actually do it the original way. The problem the original way. 328 divided by 2. Go ahead and work it out with me, or you go ahead and try and beat me. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down the 2. 2 will go into 12 6 times. 6 times 2 is, well, 12. Yay! Bring down the 8. Draw your arrows, please. 2 will go into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Fabulous. Okay, so let's draw our model blocks now that we have figured out the answer the original way. So we're going to have 100 bar, 6 10 bars, and 4 ones. So let's do our divisor. Since we have 2 groups, so let's draw the bars first, and then we'll draw the bubbles around for our groups. We have 100 block. Then we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 10 bars, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's group 1. I need another group. Draw 100 block. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw your group around it. I'm sure yours will look much nicer than mine. But that's what it needs to look like. Easy peasy, right? Okay, let's move on to number 2. 443 divided by 3. So 443 divided by 3. I'm going to just erase this a little bit just so I have a little bit of space. You guys don't need to do that because I'm sure you have plenty of space. All right, let's begin. 3 will go into 4 at least 1 times. 1 times 3 is 3. Minus, bring down the 4. 3 will go into 14. 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Would be 2. Bring down the 3. 3. 3 will go into 23 at least 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21, and there's going to be 2 left over, remainder 2. So we're going to draw our models with 100 bar, 4 10 bars, and 7 ones, and 2 little marshmallows in outer darkness. All right, you ready? Let's draw it. Okay, here is my 100 bar. Looks like it's been sat on, but that's okay. Here's my 10 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my baby marshmallows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's group 1. All right, 100 bar, 4 10 bars, and 7 marshmallows. Remember, the marshmallows just means ones. Then we have 2 in outer darkness that are a remainder. And you just draw them like that. Easy peasy, right? Here we go, number 3. Danny volunteered to sell 372 refreshments at a sports game. He helped for 3 hours. If he sold an equal number each hour, how many items did he sell for an hour? And draw your models. So we have this number and this number that we need to do. I'm going to do the original math over here. 3 will go into 3 once. 1 times 3 is 3. Bring down the 7. 3 will go into 7 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. Bring down the 2. 3 will go into 12 4 times. Okay, so we need to draw 3 groups, because that's how many our divisor is. 3 groups, and each group needs to look like this. There's a 100 bar, 2 10 bars, and 4 marshmallows. Group 1. Group 2. Group 3. That's a little crazy there. All right, 3 groups. I hope yours looks better than mine. This Apple Pencil is kind of difficult to draw with. All right, last one, and then we're done for this. Faith earned $565 last week. She earned the same amount each day. If she worked 5 days, how much did she earn each day? Draw models to help you find the quotient. Remember, quotient means answer. Okay, there's our divisor. That's how many groups. That's how many she worked. How much she earned last week. So 565 divided by 5. All right, let's do it the original way. 5 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Bring down the 6. 5 goes into 6 at least once. 1 times 5 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down that 5. 5 goes into 5 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. There you go. So now we need to draw a model, 5 models that have 113 represented in them. Remember, don't do your bubbles first. Draw your base 10 blocks first. So I'm going to have a square. That's going to be my 100. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's group 1. Group 2. Group 3. Group 4. Group 5. All right, friends, rip that baby out and let's work on the next lesson. Yes, we're doing 2 lessons today, but don't worry because you're amazing and I'm going to help you with it, so life is good.